My APS took 5 months to come.
My God.
I had the admit in hand for the winter semester. I already quit my job. I only applied to one university and only one course. I'm glad I got in. Now I'm here.
Wow, you're really going to impact humans, man. What was the plan B?
The plan B was that
Alright guys, so welcome back once again. If you're somebody new to my channel, my name is Nikhilesh and I'm at the moment here in Magdeburg sitting with students who have just arrived, 3-4 months back. This is a batch of Summer Intake 2024. I know some of you are watching, maybe arriving here by October, which is Winter Intake, which is one of the biggest intake. I want to begin this conversation with why did you just choose Summer Intake when the courses are so limited, right? In compared to Winter Intake, you could have waited and probably could have gone somewhere else, probably in one of the big cities. So that's first part of the question. And second part of the question is I want to know which universities did you apply with your background and how many you got selected in. Let's go. Why don't you start?
So my major intention to go for the summer intake was I was already having a work experience, and my initial possibility was to go for US, but since the US option was too costly, so I think maybe had to go for the German universities, wherein my colleagues in the company had already applied for the winter intake and they had already got to it. I thought maybe why not I try for the summer intake, and I applied and I did get through it.
Yeah, so my bachelor's was in electronics basically. So I worked in like IT after that. So I wanted a transition in the career.
Okay.
Basically. So like I was, it was like very difficult in other colleges because like they were rejecting because I was from electronics background. So like one of the universities like Magdeburg, they even, the course digital engineering. My course is digital engineering. So it's basically like combination of both electronics and this software side also.
Right.
So yeah, that was the major objective of selecting this, and like US also was one of my career options.
So this for both of you is Germany was a backup plan?
Yeah.
What is it? Really?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh shit, man. And now you're here. Are you here happy or you're like, oh shit, it's fine, I have to settle
I
down?
wanted the green card.
You wanted green card. You're not getting green card now. You're getting blue card. But the strength of blue card is not as powerful as green card. though.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, so that was one of the.
But you're happy?
Yeah, now I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the summer intake is because like I believe in winter intake is like we have more competition.
So you chose on purpose that let me go in
yes,
summer intake.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
So my bachelor was in computer science, but
Okay.
some experience in the same field. So the reason I chose summer was because when I shortlisted the colleges, most of the colleges and the course that I wanted to get into already had the summer intake. So I didn't had to wait for the winter intake in order to get here. So that was one of the major reason. And as he mentioned already, we already have a lot of competition coming in the winter semester. And when I already can do it even better, as in even better opportunity of getting in, then I would rather choose the summer semester if I already know where I'm going to be and where I want to get into.
Right.
So that was my option.
I have a question. So again, key point of this video is if I wait for summer to apply, the colleges are going to be very limited. Is this true or a myth?
Very true.
That's
true.
actually true.
In my case, I would say it is very true because mine is a like unique kind of a domain, which is like medical electronics in my bachelor's. So I had only about 5 options basically to apply overall in Germany. So out of that, OVG was the one which got selected me for the medical system engineering.
And you only got one admission. Okay.
And I did not wait.
You didn't wait for the other. You're like, let's go with the visa. Okay. What about?
I actually applied for the previous winter semester, but unfortunately I had no admit for that particular winter semester.
Okay.
And that too, I actually learned it from my experience. The time was the key while applying to universities. And this time in summer, I got 3 admits.
Wow. So what were the learnings from one first round of applications, right? Which you did in winter.
Yes.
How many applications did you do in winter?
7 to 8 applications, colleges.
And you got rejected in all of that.
Yeah.
And you still didn't give up. You're like, okay, let me just apply again.
No, yeah, because I knew what were the faults.
What was that?
First of all, applying on time was the key. As soon as you get the openings of the colleges, you should apply it. And secondly, your documents. First time, I actually went through consultant, but then secondly, I did it by my own self.
You applied the second round by yourself and you knew फर्स्ट टाइम अप्लाई करके विंटर में जब कुछ नहीं हुआ
Yeah, of course. I had the experience how the documents are to be prepared. Yeah, of course, I did it with the help of consultant. Second time, I like changed it completely according to myself with the help of my friends who have already admitted to different colleges in Germany. Yes, through resources, online resources. That's
Okay, okay. So it's doable. Look,
Yeah.
we have an example like people can do it by themselves. You said you came or in winter intake,
Yeah.
right? You had enough universities in winter intake to get selected.
So the thing is, I researched a lot of universities because what I wanted to do was very niche, which is basically I wanted to work in fields where I can like directly impact people. It's just something I wanted to do. So I started applying for the summers, like during the summer semester, not with the intention to go into the summer semester, but rather to just start with the application process in 2023.
You did not get anything.
No, I just started during the in the duration of the summer semester. तो
you
मैंने
didn't
शुरू
apply
किया.
for summer
No, I didn't summer. Yeah, I didn't apply for summer
I
semesters.
mean, ideally, this is what people do, right? So if they want to apply for summer, they start in winter and the other way around also, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So working a full-time job, it was a little difficult, but it was very doable.
Right.
It's the only thing is it takes time. It takes a lot of patience because my APS took 5 months to come.
My God.
Yeah, so I had the admit in hand for the winter semester, and I'd already quit my job.
Right. Right.
But yeah, in the end, it all worked well, and I only applied to one university and only one course because this was very specific to what I wanted to do, and I'm glad I got in, and now I'm here.
Wow, you're really going to impact humans, man, with your precision.
Well, that's the hope.
But I'm just curious, what was the plan B?
The plan B was that I keep working back home.
Okay, you would have continued what
Yeah.
you were doing. Okay, cool. What do you have to say to those people? Maybe they're still studying, about to graduate, let's say in June, July, like now while we are filming this video. Because usually in India, people only graduate around this time, right? May, June, July. Because by then, winter intake applications are already gone for some cases. So if somebody was to prepare for summer intake, what do you have to tell them?
Everything is doable, and it is possible to come Germany. Like the openings are already increased, I would say, maybe for 2024. So I think if you guys have already started prior, I think it's already doable. You will be in the winter semester year. But I would always recommend like maybe 1 year work experience would always be the best when you're traveling abroad. So that is always good for you to manage your own self without any dependency.
Now that, because we are talking about summer, I'm already thinking summer 2025, right?
Yeah.
So people might start preparing for applications somewhere around October, November onwards. And the deadlines for summer intake goes all the way till 15th of January. Officially, classes begins in the first week of April
Or March.
or March.
End of March.
When did you guys start?
April 8th.
Classes started.
Like the first week usually in every college would be like the orientation week. So it is always best and it is always necessary for every student to be part of that orientation week. Because you get to know about the city, that is the main thing. Then you get to know about the stay accommodation which you haven't seen back in India or maybe any other place in the world. So it is always good you get an exposure for the university as well.
All right, again, just my short remark on this, that if you're somebody who's getting admission for summer intake, I think go for it. Don't wait for winter intake. I have met students after they have landed here in Germany, they were like, oh, I had an admission in summer intake somewhere else, but there were situations where people waited for winter intake after having admission in summer intake because they were not happy about what
The
they
college.
got. Yes, we do agree that in winter intake you'll have a lot of choices, but if I just personally would just go for it if I would have got summer intake.
There is also an option to like come here maybe for whichever intake, like the earlier intake you have, and maybe change the university. That is still an option. And you can earn for maybe 6 months in the meantime before the next intake is like next university is doable or maybe which is already giving you an application. So it's always good. You guys can always travel, as I always say, but take 1 year of work that is always necessary.
Share something?
Like the most important thing here is even when you're applying for a job, what they ask you for is clear communication in German, and it's very important for you to do at least like a A2 to B1 level of German back home. And of course you won't be able to start speaking right away, but after you come here you'll be able to acclimatize better. And as for the colleges, well, take your chance, apply as soon as you can to the summer semesters. You can see what happens further on.
All right, so I hope we made our points clear. You heard from students directly as well. If you've made it till here, hit that thumbs up button and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.